Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're looking at women slowly realizing that men are not approaching anymore, and some dudes are literally leaving the country to find love instead. But let's get into it, right after you subscribe, of course.
Reading some of the comments from the British and American women mainly, okay, stating that it's so sad how, I had to go to South America in order to get laid and get a girlfriend. So, of course, they're trying to insult me. And to be honest, guys, it's actually just an insult to yourself, okay? You couldn't keep your own men, okay, from England or from America. I'm not even from England. I'm originally from Poland, okay? And there's plenty of beautiful women there, trust me. So your own men are deciding to leave the country. Why is that? Well, women in the West are super masculine. Nobody wants to deal with that. So what do guys do? They go over to Eastern Europe, they go over to South America, they go over to Southeast Asia. Now, guys, I've not only traveled to South America, I've been pretty much everywhere in the world, guys, over 38 countries and counting. And I've also had a girlfriend from the UK for 3 years. So it's like these insults, they don't even get to me. So I'm just laughing at these insults because I had plenty of success here in the UK. And it's not to say that there aren't any beautiful women in the UK, because there definitely are. It's just not going to compare at all to somewhere like Warsaw or Moscow or even Rio, Brazil. And the funny thing is, I keep seeing English guys with Polish women, with Romanian women, but they don't even want their own women. Okay? What is going on?
The funniest part about Western women getting mad at passport bros is that the insult always backfires immediately. You had to leave the country to get a girlfriend. Okay, and? That's not the own y'all think it is when thousands of men are voluntarily getting passports, learning new languages, and flying across the planet just to avoid dating locally. Bro basically said, men saw the market and decided to import happiness. And the craziest part? Instead of asking why men are leaving, people instantly jump to shaming tactics. Meanwhile, dudes are overseas smiling in 4K eating grilled meat next to women who actually like them. That's gotta hurt.
What the heck happened to guys chasing girls? No, seriously. I love asking couples and friends that I come across on how they met their boyfriend, and literally every freaking person just says, oh, on a dating app. What the hell happened? What happened to guys being so obsessed with a girl that they see? They have an instant connection. And then girls play hard to get. And then the guy does anything in his power to win that girl over. Where the hell are these stories? My dad chased my mom for so long. And literally every single one of my friends, especially the European ones, all of their dads chased their moms. I literally never hear these stories anymore. It's so sad.
This woman accidentally described the exact moment modern dating died. Back then, men approached because rejection wasn't treated like harassment, masculinity wasn't constantly demonized, and women actually rewarded effort. Now, a dude makes eye contact too long, and suddenly he's one TikTok story away from becoming Gym Creep number 47. And honestly, the saddest part is, she's right. Those old stories about dad chased mom, he pursued her for months, love at first sight, are disappearing because modern dating turned romance into risk assessment.
And gentlemen, I'm hoping you guys can help me settle something and we can put the rumors to rest once and for all. Let me ask you something. Do men ever not pursue a woman because they are intimidated by her? Do men ever not pursue a woman because they're just too scared of how much they're gonna fall in love with her? We have been fed this tale that if a man is not pursuing you and a man is not making plans with you, that's probably because he's intimidated by you. He's intimidated by your success. He's intimidated by your beauty. He's intimidated by how fancy of a lifestyle you have. And I'm just curious, is any of that true? Is any of that true? When I think what it is that women are just too scared to admit that he's just not that into you and that he just doesn't like us very much. So we try to make ourselves feel better, so we tell ourselves this little lie. But I think we sound like fucking idiots.
Finally, a woman said the quiet part out loud. Most men are not sitting at home terrified of how deeply they might fall in love with you, ma'am. That fantasy needs to retire immediately. The amount of women convincing themselves, he's intimidated by me, instead of, he's just not interested, is honestly incredible. And I respect her for admitting it because social media has been feeding women ego protection propaganda for years. Apparently, every rejection has to mean he's scared, he's insecure, he can't handle successful women. Nope. Sometimes bro just looked at the situation and said, I'm good.
All right, so this is a genuine question for all the men out there. Can you guys explain to me why men don't approach women in public anymore? And before anyone starts fighting in my comments, yes, women can approach too. I know. Everyone relax. But I'm talking about like real life flirting at the gym, at a coffee shop, at bars, at ShopRite, like actual human interaction. Because the amount of eye contact happening lately with absolutely zero follow through, insane. Like, sir, we've made eye contact 6 times in Wegmans, and now you're examining pasta sauce near me with deep concentration. Just come talk to me. And honestly, I feel like meeting someone naturally in real life is so much better than the dating apps. Dating apps feel like everybody's exhausted, everybody's performing, everybody's talking to 14 people at once. Meanwhile, in real life, people will clearly be interested in each other and then just walk away. So I genuinely want to know from the men, what changed? Are you worried women don't want to be bothered anymore? Is it fear of rejection? Did dating apps completely destroy everyone's ability to speak in public? Because I don't think attraction disappeared. I think everyone just got too in their heads to act on it.
This woman just described modern flirting perfectly. 2 people making eye contact 17 times while pretending to study pasta sauce labels. And honestly, men adapted. Because for the last decade, dudes have been hearing, don't bother women, leave women alone, don't be creepy, we just want to work out in peace. Okay, men listened. Now everybody's confused why public interaction feels dead. And the funniest part? She answered her own question. Everyone's exhausted. Exactly. Dating apps turned attraction into customer service. People are burnt out, paranoid, overthinking everything, and talking to 14 people simultaneously while pretending to feel a connection.
And let's talk for a second. I just had a thought while I was blow drying my hair. You know how our culture is living in a I don't chase, I attract? Well, I think that this message might be a little bit more for women. Maybe that's sexist of me. I don't know. Men are innately wired to chase. Women? Not so much. We're the gatherers. We're the home providers. Naturally. If you're offended by this, then don't listen. Period. Men are supposed to chase. They need it. They need the hunt. Women are looking for someone who will court them, but men are like, oh, I'm not chasing her. We're not asking you to chase us. We're asking you to pursue as a man does, because that's what men do. That's what you've done for centuries. We are the prize. You come get us, not the other way around. If you're a man and you're going by the I don't chase, I attract, okay, good luck finding a woman, because we need to be courted, pursued, and desired. And if we're waiting on your text all day, we're gonna lose interest, or there will be a man that steps up and takes your spot because you're wishy-washy. Sometimes traditional can be good, not always. Sometimes gender roles are there for a reason, not always. That's just my 2 cents.
We are the prize. You come get us. And there it is. That mindset right there explains why so many men checked out. Modern dating somehow became, man does all the pursuing, all the planning, all the risking, all the paying, while also pretending it's equal. Bro said, I don't chase, I attract. And women collectively reacted like civilization was collapsing. Also, the men are supposed to chase argument sounds a lot less romantic when modern men are constantly told they're replaceable, unnecessary, emotionally unintelligent, and financially inadequate. Funny how suddenly traditional gender roles become important again the moment the courting effort disappears.
Ladies, are grown men asking y'all for y'all Instagram? I mean, because I really want to know why men don't approach women anymore. I just need to know this. Now, I'm a married woman, so this doesn't apply to me, but I'm sure the single women want to know. Whenever I do go out into an Atlanta social scene, which is rare, it's always usually this scenario. Men with their friend groups on one side, women with their friend groups on one side entertaining each other. Now, mind you, Atlanta is filled with attractive women. So usually when you go into these settings, there are attractive women everywhere. But the men do not be bothered by these women. It's almost as if the women don't even exist. When I was coming up and you were going to the club, men were on your body. Like, they stayed in your face. They stayed hollering at you, trying to dance, talk to you, whatever. But what's happening in the climate today where men do not talk to women?
This is actually fascinating because women are finally noticing something changed socially. Back then, clubs looked like National Geographic mating season documentaries. Men were everywhere approaching. Now, Everybody stays in their section like opposing military factions waiting for diplomacy talks to begin. And honestly, a lot of men stopped approaching because the reward-to-risk ratio became absolutely terrible. Imagine spending money, confidence, effort, social risk just to possibly get ignored, mocked, recorded, or turned into TikTok content. Bro said, "You know what? I'll stay with the homies." And honestly, a lot of men found that significantly more peaceful.
Men aren't chasing anymore. Why chase a bill? Okay, there's a lot of drama around the word chasing. And there's also two different sides to this, which I completely understand. A lot of people want polarity. But if you're always going Dutch and you're always equalizing everything, you're always keeping score, making sure everything is 100% balanced, then you sacrifice polarity and you sacrifice passion. So that is not necessarily the path forward to create the type of dynamic that you want. At the same time, I do not agree with women in particular objectifying men and viewing them as a wallet. I think that's horrible. So in the same way that women are on guard about being used, I completely understand why men are on guard about being used or being exploited. I would like to offer some fresh language because there's too much irritation around the word chasing. I like to think about this like inspiring men. Because when men are inspired to do things, they experience pleasure and fulfillment and joy, and it actually creates a fun, pleasurable dynamic. But this is why we go back to the conversation of feminine magic is a dying art. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Women have devolved into either do nothing or manipulate, and that's not good for anybody. But being able to inspire men, now we're talking. Because then it gets to be fun. It gets to be satisfying. It gets to be enjoyable. It's not coming from a place of fear or pressure or anything icky. And you don't have to sacrifice polarity at the same time. Anyway, I know that not everyone is going to practice these skills, but I just feel strongly that there's another way. There's another path forward.
This woman actually explained the problem better than most people do. Men are not avoiding pursuit because they hate romance. They're avoiding feeling used. That "why chase a bill" line hit hard because a lot of dudes genuinely feel like modern dating became subscription-based emotional labor. And she's right about one thing. There's a difference between inspiring effort and demanding performance. A man willingly doing things because he genuinely likes you feels completely different from a man feeling financially extorted while pretending it's courtship. Modern dating got so transactional that even basic romance now comes with terms and conditions like an iPhone software update.
I had a video go viral and I asked people, why do men not approach women anymore? What happened to those days when men used to approach women? A lot of men in the comments were saying that they felt like women have unrealistic expectations. They don't want regular men, that they only want people they see on TikTok, online, people who are 6 foot and above, that they just are not wanting what's out there. And you want to know what's so crazy? I started this matchmaking service where I matchmake Muslims together for free. And in this platform, people can say what type of partner they want. And let me tell you something right now. These people on the app are serious, they're intentional, and every response that I have seen has never mentioned someone's height. It doesn't even mention looks. All people are saying is, I want a man who loves the law, someone who has goals, who has aspirations, who is a hard worker. No one said, I want a rich prince. I want someone who's 6 foot and above. Nobody has said that. Nobody has said that. And I've said this before, that people are getting their information from TikTok. We need to get off of social media and stop using this as our Google, because everybody that I'm meeting, everyone I'm seeing, all these accounts, nobody wants all these unrealistic expectations. Everyone's expectations are very realistic. To all the men that felt like they couldn't get a wife because women had unrealistic expectations, what's the excuse? Here's the link. What's the excuse now?
This is the first woman in this entire conversation who actually brought up something reasonable, because social media absolutely destroyed people's perception of dating standards. TikTok will have men believing every woman requires 6 feet, 6 figures, perfect jawline, yacht ownership, and a Marvel superhero build. Meanwhile, real people offline are literally just asking for stability, kindness, goals, basic emotional intelligence. But at the same time, men didn't invent that fear out of nowhere either. Social media spent years amplifying the loudest, most unrealistic people on Earth. So now everybody thinks dating is either impossible or some dystopian competition show sponsored by narcissism.
Okay, men, I kind of noticed a trend, okay? And that trend is that you guys no longer approach us women in public, like at all. What's up with that? Like, I saw a gorgeous, gorgeous girl the other day and nobody talked with her at the bar. And she was hot. Like, she was very beautiful and nobody talked with her. What's up with that? Are you guys scared of women? Are you guys scared of rejection? Are you guys scared of being labeled as like creeps? What's up? Like, I don't like this at all.
The fact women themselves are now publicly asking, why don't men approach anymore, tells you everything changed culturally. Because men didn't suddenly lose attraction to women. That's not what happened. Men just became hyper-aware of rejection, embarrassment, public humiliation, social media exposure, mixed signals, and wasted effort. And honestly, a lot of dudes realized peace feels better than performing like a dancing monkey for female approval. Also, the irony is incredible. For years, men heard, "Leave us alone." Now women are staring across bars, wondering why everybody suddenly became an introvert.